welcome to day 2 of the Santa Cruz Masters Cup. We are in spot 3 of the PDGA National Tour, of course, from sunny Santa Cruz, California. BigSexyBarri commentary here on JomezPro. Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, Paul Ulibarri.
Let's get into it. We've got Adam Hammis, who is off to a blistering start. Pretty much perfect putting right there, 100%. I don't know if that was 100% C2 as well, but he made everything in the circle. 14 under is a blistering start. Right behind him, Kevin Jones at 12 under. I'm also on the card.
100% bounce back, 96% C1. Wow.
Yes, those are pretty decent. And we've got Grand Rapids' finest, Kyle Klein, who's eventually going to open his eyes. He's awake. He's here, ready to attack Delaveaga.
Looking at hole 1 to start, super uphill shot, 345 feet. Not only uphill, but obviously quite slanted down to the right. You've got an out-of-bounds road down there that just loves to eat up your little rollaways if you come in on the wrong angle on your approach or your drive. Ideally, you would play a right-hand backhand up left of the hole and take that little anti-skip down towards those retaining walls.
From Minocqua, Wisconsin, Adam Hammis.
Said yesterday that Adam called that he was going to shoot 14 down. It's not exactly what he said. He said that the leader was going to shoot 14 under, and then he went out and shot that.
One thing to take note is there is a 2-meter rule in effect here in California. Ooh. So if that did happen to hit the top of that little bush that he went over, sticks up there, that's a 1-stroke penalty. But the only penalty he's going to get is if he knocks his head on that basket, because that is really close.
A nuke off the tee for Adam, and this is a D2 for Kevin. Love that line. He's going to try to recreate that, and that just is standing up nice, but going to finish on the left side.
That's the perfect shot, I think.
That's exactly what you draw.
I do like the angle that it landed on, but I feel like you would rather have it a bit lower, because it comes, even if it has a nice soft angle, hitting on that hillside with coming from that height could roll. Yeah, it could get a little loopy up there.
Mr. Thunderbird himself.
Yeah, I've done well with this in practice and in the first round. And
oh shoot!
Well, a stupid tree just got right in the way the last second. Just jumped out.
Oh, we're definitely not going to blame the disc. That was an early release, clearly.
No, the tree jumped out.
Did you spit through?
Nope. I mean, I got down to the ground, but it didn't really spit through. Kyle Klein going to be throwing his DD3. So much fun watching Kyle really find his own this year. Already a winner at the Silver Series. Player with incredible potential that he's already really realizing and throwing some really great tournaments so far.
Yeah, I talked to him before the round started. Said, "Hey, man, like, what have you been doing different this year?" Mm-hmm. And he said, "I've been trying to stay a little bit more patient, which I feel like is easier said than done, but also very wise words to say for somebody so young." And that's a great up and down.
Wow.
Well, not down yet, but up.
First
part's done.
That was a great shot.
Sidearm, maybe you took a little note from Sean yesterday, huh? Sidearm up that hill, that's
yeah,
nice.
I should have taken the note off the tee. This is something Kyle's been really good at. He's got a great swing, great pace, great up and down motion on his putt, and when that's going in for Kyle, he gives himself so many opportunities around the green. If he's making that, he's going to find himself on a lot more lead cards. This is a man who's known quite well for his putting, Adam Hammis. Off to the start that he wants. Nice birdie.
Yeah, honestly, a great save from there.
Yeah.
Really great. Having to go sidearm into that hillside, it's pretty ridiculous. It's a great up and down.
I'm feeling almost like got a birdie in a way. You know, like I was
Sure.
right now I'm talking to the other guys about would I rather throw a great shot and miss a putt and take a par, or just completely duff my tee shot and throw a great approach and take the par.
And what did you settle on?
The second one, the one that I did. I mean, I feel I'd take some momentum into this hole maybe.
Well, let's call it a plan executed then. On to hole 2, par 3, 276 feet, going sharply uphill. This one has many more trees than the last, and anything that goes right is really, really a problem because it's very thick, and you're just going to roll down possibly as far as an out-of-bounds road.
I'm going with the Onyx, getting it turned and missing everything, and just it's exactly how you draw it up.
Nice shot.
Probably one of the scariest putts of all time, though, down that hill, low ceiling. But from his statistics from the first round and his career, he's going to be in good shape. This one, on the other hand, hopefully catches something on the ground that stops that roll, because that had a little momentum.
How far are we talking, Jerm?
Mid-hill, it could have gone farther. It wasn't as bad as you've seen on this hole before.
This looks very similar. Could get caught up, but doesn't. Oh, late.
Mm-hmm. That was Kyle's CD2.
Too much what?
Too much turn. I'm trying to put that down the right side and have it slowly panned through that low gap. And I turned that one too early.
Look at this move.
Little tomahawk action, it looks like. Even though this is like a pretty short jump putt, that is a very scary shot. I mean, there's so many things that you can't see once you get over that leaning branch that it could hit and stand up and it's gone. It's almost like the only safe thing you can do from that spot is make it.
Yeah, making it is always safe, but barely missing it is the most dangerous thing you can do.
Correct. Even Kyle, I mean, he's an aggressive young player. He's maybe using a little bit of that patience you're talking about.
And that was farther than I even thought. That's a great putt, just right in the middle.
That's so good. Adam got off to a hot start in round 1. Shot 8 down on the first 12, birdieing the first 4 holes. And he's looking to get off to another hot start here. Only player on the card with birdies in the first 2.
That's one of the tougher back-to-backs on the whole property.
Yeah,
I mean, 1 and 2 are not easy.
Second hardest hole on the course right there in hole 2.
Hole 3, slightly easier. Dead straight, flat, and 354 feet. Both sides of this fairway, though, slope steeply away, so if you don't keep this in the middle, you can be in trouble. The gap's pretty wide low, but as you get higher into the height where the disc is going to fly, the trees kind of grow into the fairway a little bit and can make it a little bit uncomfortable.
Adam's swinging out that wasp that needs to get stable now and not soon enough.
It's a common mistake, is just turning it too much, hitting that high stuff, and then just kind of plopping down at 80 feet. Both left side and right side.
Kyle swinging that MD3 down the left side, getting a slide, and yeah, that's shopping there. That's about 40 feet, 35, 40 feet, something like that.
Oh my gosh.
That
no.
is the same mistake I made in the practice round. That's so bad. It's hard to watch, but that was my VTech Cobra.
Your what? VTech Cobra?
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. Look at
That's
this.
nice. That is what nice is right there.
Great shot.
That was.
That's one of the things
Kevin's
that Kevin
F5.
does the best, is he has those mid-range and those putters that he throws on just a direct line, and his follow-through is so good. Like, he just finishes that stroke. Puts a lot of spin on it.
Not going to see many 250-foot approaches on this wide-open par 3, but that was one.
Good effort from Adam from 90 or so.
And just over the rim.
Great putt.
Let's bring Kyle to 2 under.
Yeah, that's just looked really routine. From 45?
Yeah.
And this is like the first birdie that it feels like you really got to get. Hole 1's I'm not going to call it a bonus, but 2 certainly feels like it is. But 3 is pretty easy. Then you get to this one, not so easy, and it's like one of those courses where you just really want to get a birdie.
You want to tell us about it? Top of the world?
Oh, top of the world. I mean, this is the first signature hole in disc golf. 516 feet with 111 feet drop in elevation. A couple of plays, the big wide hyzer. There's the low hyzer with a more overstable disc, and the higher, wider hyzer with just a traditional stable driver. There's also the forehand out over the road. But we have got a strong wind blowing into our face, and it just makes the decision on this tee pad so incredibly difficult.
Yeah, and this gives a good perspective of how swirly the winds are. You just saw him make a nice little putt on the last hole, which isn't but 70 feet behind that tee pad with no wind.
Yep.
And now he's looking at a 25-mile-an-hour gust right there. Well, at least he got to the ground.
And Kevin's going with his D3 here. He didn't like it at first because he thought he threw it too far.
I'm starting to like it.
I like it a lot.
Wow.
That crashed in right there behind the basket, 25 feet.
Surprised that Adam's going with the backhand here. He also possesses that nice, powerful sidearm.
And he's going the super high route, which he actually got a little bit of a lull in the wind right before he threw and allowed him to really take his time and dial in that shot, and he threw it so well.
Man, a couple of darts. This needs to get overstable.
Yeah.
Heads up!
Yeah. It's an overstable destroyer that just didn't get overstable when it needed to, and it's looking at my first bogey now.
This needs to get down. It's going to leave a little,
Oh,
a
wow.
lot extra.
So there's a drop zone, optional drop zone, and much better lie there than where my shot crossed out of bounds, so taking that there.
Wow, he really let that approach get away from him.
And at that situation, you can't be mad about the putt. You're upset for not putting it closer.
You definitely could be mad about both.
Did you hear that in the background? He got worked. The timing was so awful.
Was it just a kid?
Yeah, it was like a baby or a kid just did a little cry there. It would have taken anyone's focus away from their putt. At that moment, it was just so perfectly timed. It felt pretty bad in that situation, especially when the putt's for bogey. But Kevin and Adam, beautiful drives on I mean, this top of the world being within 20 feet is just, it's the greatest feeling there is. It's such a fun tee shot to execute well.
Almost makes you feel like you're on top of the world.
On to hole 5 and going back uphill again. One hole downhill was enough. Let's get back to climbing, everybody. 315 feet, double mandatory, forcing you up the middle through this dark little hallway over all these retaining walls and hopefully underneath or just over top of this log at the end. This hole plays extremely long. It's low ceiling, it's uphill, and there's just not a lot of big gaps.
Kevin going back to his overstable distance D2. He's going high and too high.
If you can get it past that log up there, you really did work.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can get to the log, you're kind of happy.
Yeah.
Because then you beat all those little kind of prongy trees that guard all the little entryways.
And Kevin, crusher, going with his distance D2. Adam Hammis, crusher, going with his nuke. I mean, it's just 315 feet, right? The longest 315 feet I feel like we play all year.
Oh, what a bad little lift, but that works out great.
What on
the
earth?
Oh no, I've never seen
Yeah.
that.
How I've never seen anything go that far. How did that happen?
Got there so quick.
Is he 40 long?
Yeah. Look at this. This looks like he did it.
Oh, wow. Great shot.
Underneath?
Yeah, got a little of that Nate Sexton action underneath the log.
That was a fantastic shot.
I was telling my 6'9" caddy Ben it was nice to finally see one go up the right direction. And then Kyle got one to go in the perfect right direction with the greatest kick ever.
Those
So
shots were-
first round we had 2 birdies on this hole. Now we had 25 birdies. Or
I think we had only one the first round.
Only one on this hole.
Okay.
Yeah, the entire first round.
look at this shot. Good up shot.
Yeah, that was nice little jazzy touch there from Kevin.
Oh,
No, talk about like you pure the drive and then you're left with this
Yeah,
as a reward.
yeah,
that is crazy. I never would have thought a disc would go there. There's so much stuff to hit.
I don't think I've ever seen one that long either. I've seen a couple get past the basket. I may have even done it once, but I've never seen one go 40 past the basket.
I haven't
That's
seen
crazy.
anybody even get to the hole with that log there. This, that's new to me.
And Kyle with a nice bounce back after that double. Who 1 under on the round. That's not bad through 5.
Not at all.
I'm still here trying to get on the board. It's so hard if you don't get on the board early. Each hole, it feels like each birdie feels harder and harder than it did on the hole before, it seems like sometimes.
Looking at the steep fairway of hole 6. This one goes sharply uphill and then hooks hard to the left. It's a really unique kind of shot shape in that just a big backhand hyzer really doesn't get it done. You see the basket tucked back in there. So many trees guarding it. Huge drop off behind it. I think we'll see a thumber from the big man. I think a turnover forehand plays. I think an inside sort of high hyzer can kind of get up there as well. But it's a really subtle kind of angle control type shot.
You're going to see 4 different approaches. Kyle going with the traditional backhand play, coming up to that place where just no one really runs that putt.
That is a really tough. Whoa, what are we seeing?
That is the classic D3 grenade from Kevin Jones to just park. Just park. Just so quick and easy. Just
Wow.
parked. And Adam with a beautiful forehand turnover.
Oh, sit.
And
He is just not getting like rewarded for those shots.
yeah.
Geez, ace run much? How far did that go?
Back edge of the circle down the hill. Maybe 6 feet outside the circle, actually. Now I remember.
The way you said, made me think you were going to say, 250.
Yeah, this is a wide straddle, very uphill. I didn't think I was going to miss high, but I did. Birdies
But
are
you
getting
didn't-
harder.
But you didn't roll.
No.
That's a very scary putt.
Correct.
Like you see that putt come out of your hand, it's not on line. The first thing that goes through my head is this putter's coming right back to me.
Yeah, if Jerm gets rolling down there, there's nothing stopping him.
That's true.
Down that
like
hill.
a snowball moving downhill, just getting bigger.
Oh, you're talking about his disc. Oh, my.
Well, either one. Might
Big
have
germ
trouble.
turns into biggest germ real quick.
A bunch of pars done all kinds of different ways. And,
No,
wait,
no,
Kevin
Kevin
just
getting his
parked.
birdie.
That's right.
Adam took about every bit of his 30 seconds trying to find a way to get a putt, and that's one of those really bummer ones because he was inside the circle and just had absolutely no luck.
Hole 7, par 3, going downhill again here, and with the big cliff on the right side this time. Mid-range or putter up the middle is a common play, trying to slide forward to the basket, but even more common is the high, wide forehand for right-handers, trying to swing in late, hit one of these trees, stop somehow near the green.
feel like everybody on this card has a nice sidearm in their repertoire, so that should not be.
Yeah, we couldn't really see it from that angle there, but Kevin's shot was looking really nice, and in the last second, the disc kind of seemed to lift and push right, like there was some sort of crosswind that we couldn't really feel from up there on the tee. We're kind of in a protected pocket up there where the wind doesn't, we can't really feel it, but looks like Kyle maybe got a little bit of that slide there as well, and Adam is going a little bit wider to try to account for that.
Solid.
Lift. Oh, go in.
Okay. I think he's on the board, folks. Great shot.
Let's not counter chickens before
I said
they
think.
hatch.
I said think.
Yeah.
I don't know he's on the board.
No, of course. Kevin, so good. The height was so perfect. Just about a half disc wide.
Ooh, a little tricky putt. I think you had to go between those two trees.
Yeah,
Just to get through there was nice.
Yeah, he pulled me over there to show me what he had to go through to get to that. And it was a really great bid from there.
Just another solid putt from Adam.
They took it around 5 seconds to run and come back. Yeah, we stop. Yay!
This weekend's coverage is made possible by the JomezPro Patreon community. Consider joining if you enjoy things like unique disc golf content that can't be found anywhere else, big monthly giveaways like practice baskets and signed memorabilia, and a special sense of community that is collectively growing the sport. Tiers begin at less than $5 per month with the annual option. Join us today at jomezpro.com/Patreon.
Hole 8 feels like a par 4 at times. One of the hardest par 3s on the course. Actually, the hardest par 3. Don't see too many. Wow, is this? I think he's going forehand roller. Yeah, it's just going super late cut. I like that play, to get a lot of distance and then get it to cut in. I mean, that's one way that you can get the disc to maybe even cut back to the right at the end.
Yeah, and he's missing on the correct side with that shot, I think. He's not going off the cliff. He's finding himself out in the field. No chance for birdie, but a very simple par.
This one stood up a bit more than I was intending. I kind of want to get a little bit more cut on that, keeping it down the fairway and then getting it to finish out left. But it's out in the open field.
No, I like that. That's really cool.
Kevin going D2.
This is getting right.
Oh, close, but yeah, that's going to be in a tricky spot.
Yeah, anything that hits short is just such a daunting approach.
Is Kyle's PD2 going even wider than the route that sometimes is the more traditional
Wow.
route?
Oh,
But worked out great.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like you went in right in between the little V right there on the right side that Kevin kind of hit the inside of that line.
Correct.
well, he's got an angle to go high.
Dangerous play. Okay.
And
Oh, no.
there she is. There's Dela. So close.
You're thinking as long as I get to the ground. Because
Yeah.
you don't want the 2 meter. Then it gets on the ground and then it rolls down a cliff. You're like,
You know,
wait,
why
which one?
couldn't it have 2 meter?
Yeah.
Come on. Trees, can't you catch me?
This is such a touchy little shot on that hard pan. Just sit down, please. Don't go behind that oak.
He wanted to run it. I could see it in his young little eyes there.
What kind of gap does Kyle have here? Ooh, there it is. Oh, it's a tree kind of in his swing.
Yeah, that's That's a bummer. To throw that great of a drive on this hole that's only been birdied by 4 people today and only 6 people total for the tournament. You just want to be able to get rewarded if you're in the circle.
Oh, no.
Let's focus on who birdied it. Drew Gibson, James Proctor, Thomas Tomaselli, and Chandler Fry.
Let's go, Chan, man.
Yeah.
Couple casualties on this card in the opposite direction.
We can give a Chandler spoiler alert for what he shot this round, yeah, or no? Is that too soon?
No, he was back there nearly in the last group.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably actually already finished with this round, so timeline serves correct. His round is already over. He started off with an even performance in round 1. 2 over, and then backed it up with a 11 under.
Yes.
That is some work. It's
That
getting
is
things
some
moving in the right
golfing
direction.
from the big fella. I love to see it. Hole 9, par 3, 393 feet. This one starts out almost flat and then goes downhill and then goes way more downhill behind the basket. So it plays like a blind shot, a straight shot, but it's so hard to throw low and flat. And then as the ground falls away, you have to keep your disc going perfectly straight.
You're going to see a lot of mid-ranges on this tee shot. And if you do decide to go driver, you're a maniac and your disc is never going to stop if you pure it. That's what I've learned.
Adam is killing it right now. I mean, that is a buzz, and he's got an opportunity to go 5 down. Just playing so clean.
I've seen some stuff kind of filter down with that shot that Kyle just threw, so that's not a bad mistake, honestly.
Going P-Tech again.
Oh, boy.
Look at this, though. That's kind of fun.
That was fun.
It is so bad right now.
You're bringing the fun.
Yeah, you know, it's like, whatever. Like, I just am totally living up to what everyone thinks about my backhand right now, which is so embarrassing.
Still time to right the ship.
Oh, for sure, for sure. That's one thing. I've got a good attitude right now. It's just, it is embarrassing when you have shanks like that 3 times in the first 9 holes that it's just the whole world gets to see it.
Yeah, on the lead card of a national tour where you're beating everybody. There's
I
nothing to
know.
nothing to be ashamed of. That's how good you are.
Yeah.
You can just shank it wherever you want.
Yeah.
Beat the planet.
I feel like it speaks more to this
Yeah.
your putting and your forehand, man.
Yeah.
Backhands at that level. Look
Okay,
look
all
what the guy's
right.
doing.
All right, I can say it. You can't. Leave it alone.
Adam has just a chance right here to go up by a good handful,
Yeah, I mean,
which
is
is happening.
Wow.
He's up by a handful.
Five-
That is a
five
rare.
on the card.
Yeah, that is a rare thing to do in this day and age on these cards and these tournaments to go up by 5. How many times have we been able to even say that this year?
Especially this early.
Yeah, this isn't like late in the tournament where someone's just like, okay, finally got some breathing room. Like, there's no breathing room at this course because anything can happen in any hole. But right now, he's got a little bit of it.
Yeah, and with that being said, it is day law, and 5 strokes is nothing, but
Yeah.
it is something.
I mean, it gives you like 2 holes to mess up on and still have a lead.
Good putt there.
Yeah, pars aren't bad on this course. If you can shell out 10 pars in a row, you're feeling like you had the worst things ever happen to you. But then you get 5 in a row, shell out another 5 pars, and then another 5 in a row,
You
Jeez.
played 30, 40
and
holes
you're
at
not
this
even
point.
done. Yeah, and you're 10 down, which is fine. Which all of a sudden you're beating Chandler Fry,
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about
who
that.
shot 11 under.
Hole 10, par 3, 348 feet. One of the more straightforward shots at the course. It's longer than it seems, I think. Even with the little downhill, you have to throw it a bit firm, get all the way down. You can count on a little bit of an anti-skip to the right. There is obviously Obi Road on the left side.
At this point, Adam's got to be feeling some sort of pressure. He hasn't put himself in this position a lot of times, and he's got a 5-shot lead. This is heading real nice, though, right at the log.
Yeah, that's
Get the reaction.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yeah.
money. Yeah,
And that's how you
thank
play this hole. You kind of play it off those logs that you throw it left side of the fairway. You almost always get the counter skip, and it always goes in that little bubble as long as you don't
Yeah.
get a little unfortunate break and go a B.
And then a lot of times you aim left, and you accidentally yank it, and you throw it right down the fairway.
This is cruising.
Whoa.
Needs to sit down.
Oh, shoot.
And you
bummer.
find the one break where there's no log there.
That guy could have kicked it pretty easily.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been hard. You know what's going through my head right now, Nate?
Throw it down the middle, you big galoot. Did I get close?
The Brianna Sexton.
Oh, nice. And it worked. Oh, it didn't work.
I found the one break.
It should have worked. And what he's referring to is a mantra my wife came up with for disc golfing that takes some pressure off for her, where she says, yeah, I know I'm going to make a bad shot, but not this shot.
And then I threw it down the middle, and I still got a bad shot.
Yeah. It doesn't work every time.
No, it doesn't, apparently.
Kevin is going to go full send. Oh, sit down.
Wow,
was
that could have pushed OB also. And wow, Adam looking to get even a little bit richer. At this point, with the lead he has, I feel like it amounts to just, if he can string 10 birdies, put 20 pars on top of that, maybe another 15 birdies, he should be sitting pretty by the time today's done.
Going into round 7.
Well, see, we do have lots of golf left going into tomorrow, so you guys can make fun all you want, but my math adds up nicely.
You're not wrong.
Here's a good par. Yeah, what am I saying? That wasn't a good par. There's him tapping in for par.
I mean, it's yeah. You said it's good though. You just the last hole. You said par's good.
Not for these leaders. I'm talking about for myself, who's in last place or whatever.
Okay.
I'm trying to talk myself into something good here. I was talking about you.
Oh, well, par is good now.
Par is
Yeah.
good at
That's
this point.
Yeah,
as good as
great.
I can do.
That's unlucky.
Kyle
that
had a good par. You
Yeah,
had a par.
Just a par.
Kevin
had
had a bad par.
it's a par.
And then-
this is par is Jeremy's par.
And Adam had a real good birdie.
Real
that
good
puts
birdie.
him
It kind of
6
almost
up.
Almost. He had a real good birdie. He almost had a bad ace because he almost bounced it in the hole.
Yep.
Hole 11, par 3, 215 feet. This one's going uphill and a little to the right. Obviously, huge cliff on the right side. So you have to throw a turnover, but you have to be delicate with it. If you push it too much, if you go with a forehand that gets too aggressive, you can find yourself way down below the hole on that right side.
You don't want to be there.
You do not.
Ask me if I've been there.
Have you been there before?
No, but I bet you don't want to. Look at this shot. Perfect again from Adam. What do you know?
I haven't seen many other players go that inside sidearm route because not many people like to throw that flip up forehand. But Adam has that skill in his bag, and he's great at that shot.
Now he has it out of his bag, right under the basket. Look at this kick.
Whoa. You've
Coming
never
hot.
gone down there once?
Not right, like,
Not even on a putt or nothing?
man, I got the sidearm, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been down there so many times.
It's down there today.
Great shot from Jerm. You guys making this quick work of this one. See if Kevin can get in on the party.
Ooh, wide, hurry. Oh,
Just missing the tree.
Oh.
A little fun rampy.
That's a putt.
Yep,
Edge
certainly.
of circle.
Yeah, it's a tester putt. If your name isn't Kevin Jones. Well done. And with that, we are really close to a star frame because Adam just has about 12 feet left. So that'll be our first star frame of the day. Give a little money to the Edge Foundation.
They're hard to come by out here. Even the easy holes, they still have teeth.
Here we go, boys. That's part of the star film. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, got to do it.
All right, looking at hole 12. Take us through this one, Paul.
yeah, par 3, 320, mandatory on the left right there. You're going to have a subtle left to right turning shot with a low ceiling at the end of your flight. I guess these guys are going to have to go into their bag and pick either a sidearm or that nice little turny mid-range to kind of sneak in here. Curious to see what they choose.
Adam Ham is actually going with a zone
Wow.
and just ripping on it. And I love this because this not only controls the skip play with this left to right slope, but it also controls the distance. Those trees that are on the left side of the fairway really come into play when you go with a faster disc. But to be able to have the power to throw that putter forehand 315 feet,
Look at this late little goober.
Late Cooper. Kyle said that
Wow.
he hit cage in round 1, and Jeff Korn said he couldn't ace it. And he tried to ace it this time.
Surprisingly, how well that usually ends up when somebody says you can't ace and then you don't.
It's not a huge leap to go around saying people can't ace.
Whoa, look at this drifter. Oh, that's so good. Wow.
Just absolutely the way the hole is shaped. Just never a single second was that not perfect.
Can we see it again?
I think we can.
I mean, at that point, I was thinking,
Ugh.
uh-oh.
And then at that point, you're thinking, ooh.
Show us Kevin.
Yeah.
That was Kevin's M1, actually.
Thumber. Does it work before?
I was parked in round 1, and that was actually heading to exactly where I wanted, but I don't know if you saw, I hit the very top of that tree. It was a bad shot, but
I got a nickname for Adam at this point. Adam Hammer Hammies.
Hammer.
Because he's just dropping the hammer on these guys.
Yeah. That's
And he-
another. This is a second consecutive 8 under on the front 12. He led the field by 2 yesterday with an 8 under. Comes back and hits him with another one.
I'm thinking of like a Thor hammer and like a logo. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
I've already designed it right now. That was
Gosh.
a beautiful birdie. I'm starting to feel like a little bit of a chump. I shouldn't say starting to. I felt like one for a very long time, but at this point, I've caused these guys multiple star frames. I feel like I do need to send a donation on Jomez's behalf, but from my wallet for all the star frames.
I think you should too. And in fact, I think that we can probably document that. We appreciate the donation, Jerm.
Screenshot coming to Patreon soon.
Bup, bup.
yeah, no, we didn't. That's
No,
the whole
we
point.
are going to. Thank you, Jerm.
I get the sound, though? Do I at least get the sound?
I just did it.
All right. I can take that.
There you have it. 12 holes in the books for round 2. We've reached the halfway point of the Santa Cruz Masters Cup. Taking a look at the scores, there is one name that stands out, and it's the
Yeah.
Hammer. It's the Hammer Hammies. Way up there at 22 under, leading the field by 6. Incredible. Looks like Brady is right there as well, sitting there tied with Kevin. So a lot of players still in the mix, but it's looking like first place is going to be tough to track down if he can keep up the pace he's on. Pretty incredible golf so far. Catch us later,
Or something.
for the back or whatever.